earn respect.
Your soul is mine.
Test your might, test your sight, test your strike, test your luck.
I felt the air rise up in me, kneel down, clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can't see, inside my shell I wait and bleed. I felt the air rise up in me, kneel down, clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can't see, inside my shell I wait and bleed. Goodbye, a woman of our town, the night is but of this time. Everything is turning bad for me. My ears are running cold, the air is standing straight up. This is not the way I picture me. I can't control my shakes. How the hell did I get here? Something about this so very wrong. I have to laugh out loud. I wish I didn't like this. Is it a dream or a memory? I felt the air rise up in me, kneel down, clear the stone of mist. I wander out where you can't see, inside my shell I wait and bleed. Get out of my, I guess I don't need this. When did it I say this? But I'm a pixel man, so where you gonna take? I have sinned by just breaking my mind up and taking your breath away. I felt the air rise up in me, kneel down, clear the stone of me.
What's up, guys? Heavy Metal Zombie
And midnight, and it's time to get caged.
Really?
I'm sorry.
Anyways, and this is IR Gamer's review of Mortal Kombat. Alright guys, now as a veteran of the Mortal Kombat series, I've been cracking skulls since 1995.
And I just got my taste for blood this Tuesday, so I felt the need to kick his butt.
And with that being the case, this was without a doubt a day one pickup for the both of us. Alright guys, let's get this review started off right with our unboxing of the game. Here is the front cover. Beautiful picture of Sub-Zero and Scorpion dueling it out, as always. Now if we flip to the back, we see a beautiful picture of Raiden casting his lightning down upon all lesser beings. Fatality lives. Yeah, as you can see clearly, it says Fatality lives, which is a great shot at the Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe that came out a few years ago, which we're not going to speculate on because this is not the review for that game. Moving on, we open up the case. Look at this beautiful picture of the classic Mortal Kombat Dragon. He is more or less the icon of the series, and what a great picture for him to be on the discs of the game. Moving on, we take out, we'll get to these in a second, but first look at this great case. Gasp! There's no shortage of plastic on this thing like most. That amazes me. They went all out for this thing. Moving on. It comes with two manuals. First one is this god-awful one, which is the Xbox Live connection information, and that is all. And then the shameless advertisement of the entire Mortal Kombat saga, which includes this game, miscellaneous shirts and hats, the fight stick, which actually looks really awesome, the two movies, which were also really good, soundtrack, book, and the digital series coming out later.
Also contained, if you buy a new copy, is everyone's personal favorite friend, The one-time use online pass.
Gotta love them. Now, Mortal Kombat was invented back in 1992 by a man named Ed Boon and was released in the arcades later on that year. And since its creation back then, it has been released on every major console you can think of, including all PlayStations and just about all Nintendo systems you can think of.
Now, in the wake of the Street Fighter craze upon its release, how do you draw attention to your fighting game? How about a little gratuitous violence?
Something the series has always been known for. In fact, it's synonymous with its violence.
Remember fighting your brother and ripping his skull out? That made the ESRB rating system.
And you wonder why you can't go to the store and get the game yourself. Rated M for mature. In the series' 20 years of existence, it has created 9 chronological titles, not counting Sub-Zero's adventure spin-off. This one marking the 9th entry and its true debut onto current systems.
If you look back to my Marvel vs. Capcom review and fighting games of the past, what is the #1 thing missing from it?
A dedicated story mode.
While Mortal Kombat takes that cliche and stabs it in the face. Repeatedly. Contained herein is a full-fleshed, movie-like campaign. You can think of it as a reimagining of the first 2 movies, but every combat scene you control the hero. The overall plot is a future Raiden at the end of the world sending memories to his past self in order to try to alter the storyline for a better outcome.
The story mode was done almost perfectly and was, without a doubt, my favorite part of the game.
Yeah, I like Versus too. That's just because I like killing you. That's beside the point. But no, the story mode had me very impressed. It's like watching a full CG movie. I just get to do all the fight scenes, just the fun part.
The developers obviously love the series because they really did put a lot of thought and care into it. It's without a doubt the best story mode in any fighting game released to date.
Now, in the wake of Street Fighter 4 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Mortal Kombat has also returned to its roots, a 2D fighting game set on a 3D backdrop.
Now, if you've put any time into some of the original Mortal Kombats like I have, going right into this one, you'll feel right at home. It's almost exactly like a remake in HD of the original Mortal Kombat, and they have stuck to its roots perfectly.
And in line with that, if you do like your classic Mortal Kombat, they have the typical ladder matches, where you go in and fight progressively harder opponents, climbing the ladder until you reach the boss characters.
Your classic arcade mode. And on top of that, for the first time ever in a fighting game, tag team matches, straight tag team matches.
Got 2 favorite fighters? Put them both in there. A co-op fighting game. Who'd have thunk it? So, how do you take a game as gruesome as Mortal Kombat and make it more gut-wrenching? How about showing internal body damage? Enter the X-ray move. Save up your energy bar, fill the sucker all the way up, hit your opponent for massive damage while you watch internal organs bust and bleed and you watch bones break.
Yeah, it's pretty grotesque, man. I'm still feeling pretty bad about it.
I'm still sore from Sub-Zero freezing my liver and crushing it.
Not to mention Jade. We're not even going to get into hers right now. I'm still feeling bad.
Check.
But on top of all that, every character now has not 1, but 2 sick and demented fatality moves that they can perform. You start with 1, you unlock the other one from the crypt. And
don't forget, stage fatalities are back with a vengeance. Kick a guy into acid, shove a dude's face into lava, let him get hit by a car, cheese grate them with a subway train, have fun.
Even put him into a giant spinning fan of death.
Oh, don't forget the living tree that eats you.
Yeah, the tree is pretty hilarious if you ask me.
Let nature do the work for you.
The game has come back with its M rating intact and possibly better than ever. And as far as extras for the game goes, as I touched on just a second ago, the crypt returns with literally hundreds and hundreds of unlockables.
Concept art, character portraits, alternate costumes, alternate fatalities, unlockable music, and some random creature that scared the bejesus out of me.
Yep. And don't forget about the necropolis, a place where you can go in and see 3D renderings and models of the characters.
He likes staring at Melina.
Yeah, I do. And Sindel. But you like staring at Jade, so
she won't eat me.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
Now, granted, I've been a little bit too much of a coward to play much online, but I have, looked around a little. Classic player match, ranking matches, and my personal favorite, King of the Hill, that classic arcade feel, where the guy sits on top with everyone making a line behind him, and you sit there and watch as two people in the hot seat duke it out for that top spot. You can also join full lobby rooms where you can send personal challenges to someone in the room. So it's like having a bunch of people all together just waiting to stomp you into the floor.
Not to mention you can do the tag matches online, which are great. It was a really unique addition to the game, and they're fun online as well. All this in the multiplayer mode. Alright, it's gameplay time. So, this whole review, he's been talking about whooping my butt on Mortal Kombat. Well, who wants to see us fight? I'm gonna rip your skull out.
You will try.
Let's do this.
Finish him. So, final thoughts.
Well, overall, I was very pleased with this new Mortal Kombat game. It did a lot of great things. It kept true to the series spirit, and I only have a few little things to complain about, actually. First is, of course, the overwhelmingly cheapness of the boss fights. I went into it knowing that, but still, you gotta say it. But the only major thing I have to complain about is how forced some of the characters in the story mode seem.
Yeah, they were a little shoehorned sometimes.
It's almost like, in certain points, not the whole thing, mind you, they just threw them in for filler. But other than that, nothing really to complain about at all. What do you give the game?
I say must have. It's fun to play, it's fun to watch your friends play, and it's even more fun to kill your friends while you play.
So true. I am giving it a must-have for all Mortal Kombat fans, and a recommended to all fighting game fans.
Buy it. So in closing, thanks for watching. And to all of you giving shout-outs, we love you. Thank you.
Yeah,
keep it up.
They're very appreciated. We can't thank you enough. And as always, make sure to rate us, comment. We feed on your comments, guys. We love talking to you guys. That's why we're doing these videos. Subscribe and tell your friends about us. Help us get the word out there about IR Gamer. We're coming up on 100 subscribers, and that's a big milestone for us.
You know you love us.
So keep us going by giving us your time of day. Thank you, Heavy Metal Zombie.
And call me Crazy with a capital K. This is Midnight signing off.
Thank you for watching Mortal Kombat Review.
Otherwise,